Hey 8th grade! So in this video I'm going to show you, if you are behind, how you make your 2-track song. So in order to do this, you need to have made your Bandlab's account. If you haven't made that yet and sent me your username, stop watching this video and go watch my other video where I showed you how to do that. You can also message me and I will help you out over Teams. You can also read how to do it in Schoology. So if you don't have a Bandlab account, stop, go make a Bandlab account. If you do have a Bandlab account and you've sent me your username, you're ready to start making your first song. So the assignment here, it's in past due assignment. So when you go to the Schoology page, this is your main page of music, you're going to click on the red folder, past due assignments. You're going to scroll down to Bandlab song number 1. And I call it a 2-track song, and we'll find out why. When you click on it, I have screenshots. So one way you can do this is if you're a really good reader and you want to just read the written out tutorial, you can do it that way. You can also follow along with this video. So I suggest that you pull up another web page and go to Bandlabs and do what I'm doing. You can flip back and forth between this video on YouTube or Schoology and your Bandlabs account. So first, let's talk about what's required for it. So we're going to talk about mixing loops or samples. And a sample is just a tiny piece of an existing audio track. So Bandlabs has a bunch of free samples, and I call them loops because they're a tiny little bit of repeating melody or harmony or rhythm material, and it repeats in a loop. So I ask you to have 2 tracks. I'm going to zoom in here on the rubric. A rubric will always tell you how you're going to be graded exactly, so there's no guessing games. So you need a beat/rhythm track. So student is going to create a separate track for the beat instruments. We're going to add like a drum kit or a beat to that track. You're going to create a second track in the same project that's going to have your melody, harmony, like piano or guitar or someone singing, those types of instruments. I would like it to be at least 30 seconds, so you're going to have to copy and paste the loops so that it goes through the 30 seconds with no large breaks in sound. And then we're always practicing our digital literacy skills. So being able to use technology quickly and easily. So you're going to follow the steps for saving your song, labeling the music, the title you want for it, adding these 2 tracks, and then sharing the link with me. And hint, hint, if you're having trouble sharing a link with me, make sure you publish your assignment. So watch me do this. I'm going to go to bandlab.com, and I'm already logged in with my account. I'm going to go to create, this red button with a plus sign. So create, and it will open up a new project like this. When you open up a new project, it will automatically pull up this window that says new track. We got lots of options. For now, we're just going to browse samples. And if you look at Schoology, Bandlabs used to have browse loops. They updated their system like a week ago, and now it says browse samples. So we're going to use their existing samples or loops in the program. So click on browse samples, this nice long rectangular button here. Browse samples. So we've talked about how in class you really don't, there's no requirement for what genre. So you don't have to make a certain genre if you don't want to. And that's where it comes into knowing what kind of music you like. So what I'm going to do today is make a rock version of a song, and maybe I can show you after that a hip-hop version. So to do a certain genre, you're going to want to pick loops or a pack of loops or samples that are in that genre or that style of music. So I'm going to go to packs here, and if I want my song to sound like rock music, I'm going to click rock and metal. Maybe you like electronic, so there's also a hip-hop, trap, lo-fi, pop R&B, global, classics. I'm going to click on rock for this example because the 2 examples I already have on Bandlab are lo-fi hip-hop, so this is a contrasting example. So these are called loop packs. I suggest you play them and listen to if you like it. Alright, so I like that a lot. I'm going to click on it. And when you open up the pack, you see all of these different types of bass and drums. So you're going to choose one of the loops. I'm going to start with drums. So I'm going to scroll down to where it starts saying grunge punk drums. Play them. I like this one, so I'm going to drag and drop. So this is how you actually enter the loops into your project. Take it from the right side, you click, and then you drag your finger over and drop it over here. If you're having trouble dragging and dropping, you can also double click. So watch this, I'm going to double click on that. It automatically made a new track. So I'm going to hit pause. And we don't need this second track, so I'm going to click the 3 dots and delete it. All right, so we have our beat track. So looking back at the rubric, student created a separate track for the beat instruments. Boom, we just did that. So now we need a melody track. I'm going to go to this same pack of loops and scroll up to a melody instrument or harmony instrument, so something to do with guitar. And in rock bands, there's usually a lead guitar and a rhythm guitar and a bass guitar. So you could pick any of those. I'm going to listen to the lead guitars for this example and pick one I like. Ooh, I like that one a lot. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag again and drop. You could also double click. And that way now both loops are going to be happening at the same time. So this meets the requirement that it's 2 tracks. I'm going to hit play and we can see what they sound like together. Now, that was only 6 seconds long though. So if you pause it, and if you see this number here, it looks like a clock. If it says only 6 seconds like it does here, that is not going to meet the next requirement. So let's look at the length requirement. I put 30 seconds long. So you have to copy your loop so that it lasts 30 seconds. So the way to do that is I'm going to put my cursor, this big up and down thing, I'm going to put my cursor at the end of the loop, select my punk drums here, right click, click copy, then right click where I want to paste and click paste. And I have just copied and pasted. If you are very good with technology, you might already know that CTRL or control button on your keyboard, and then you click C at the same time will copy something. And then if you do the control plus the letter V, that will paste it. So you can go control C, control V. Oops. So control C, control V. It pasted it where my cursor was. So you gotta make sure that your cursor is right next to it. Control V. And that way you can paste it as many times to make sure that at the end it is over 30 seconds. So now I'm at 32 seconds. I had to paste it like 4 times, 5 times. I'm going to do the same thing with the guitar. So I'm going to right click, copy, put my cursor at the end right here. So I want the next one to start here. So where I click, then I right click and click paste. Or I can do control C and control V. So now they line up and they're over 30 seconds. So I'm going to hit play. Oh, and then start at the beginning. So this means you go back to the beginning. So that is all that's required. The last step, though, is to send it to me. So I'm going to call this my rock 2-track example. Put the title up there. Now, if I were to save it right now and send someone a link, they won't be able to see it because I didn't publish it yet. Publishing it puts it on your profile and also puts it in a category so that people could find it if they want to look at a certain genre. So we need to publish it so that myself and Mr. Blackman can see your work because we're working with you. So click publish, that green button up there, and a second menu will pop up. You're going to make sure your project name is how you want it. And then go to genre. You can put it in a certain genre. So I'm going to put this one in rock. And then I don't need a description, but if you wanted to, you could. And then I'm going to click publish, this green button down there. And now it's published. And I have the confirmation little message down here. I'm going to go up to the top and click exit to go back to my Bandlab's profile because I got to show you how to share it. So publishing it will make it so that if I follow you on Bandlabs, I will see it on your account. If you click exit up here at the top left, you can now share the song like this. You can hit play. And that's what it sounds like without looking at all the loops going into it. So just like a YouTube video, at the bottom you'll see an arrow, the share arrow. You'll also see the download arrow, and it looks like our downloads folder, the blue arrow. So you can do either or. You can send me a file, but I would prefer a link. But you can download a file as well and save it on your computer, put it in your iTunes. You can make it a ringtone of yours, whatever you want to do with it. So you can either download it there or click this arrow. When you click the arrow, another message will pop up, another menu. You can write a post with it and put it on like social media, or you can go to the bottom and go to share or embed. I'm going to click on that, and then it will make this lovely link, this nice and long link. I'm going to click on copy and paste this really long link in a message to myself, so you'd send it to me, or you could go back to Schoology and put it in an assignment, just like you would turning in like an English assignment on here. You can also go down to the very bottom and type it in a comment. You hit paste, and then this is my Bandlab song. So that's 3 ways to get it to me. Sending it to me in a Teams message, sending it as an assignment, like a Word document assignment on Schoology, or you could upload the file. And then the last time would be just a comment on the assignment in Schoology, like this. I have some other examples here with screenshots. So one of the ones I did in class previously was more of a lo-fi. Oh no, this isn't the lo-fi one. This is more electronic music. So if you choose to do a different type of genre, that's totally okay. It just needs to have these requirements. I hope this was helpful to get you caught up on music, and please message me if you have any questions. I am happy to help.